everyone to Let's Play the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. It's one of the best games ever made. I'm gonna dive right into it. I need to skip the intro video because there's a common problem
Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Where YouTube will pull a video with it off. Some kind of weird copyright thing going on, and I just don't feel like dealing with it. So, who are we gonna be? Well, I have a whole plan for this playthrough. We're going to be Vernier Dorlin.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go. Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
So, Vernier is going to be a Breton. Breton who was arrested in High Rock for trying to buy slaves. You see, Vernier, he's a lad who likes power, and specifically in the context of magical power. Less so otherwise, though he views wealth, fame, or infamy, political power and whatnot as means to an end to attain real power. So, he tried to buy slaves in High Rock, and obviously it's not a good thing. Slavery is legal in Morrowind, but not elsewhere in Tamriel. So, he was thrown away. Eventually, he worked his way to the Imperial City Prison, but now he's been mysteriously thrown into a boat and sent to Morrowind. So, let's find out what's going on. Strapping lad. This is a highly modded version of Morrowind. You're going to find a list of all the mods in the description of this video. Whether or not more will be put in, I'm not sure yet. We'll see about that. But honestly, I don't know if I want to tamper with my installation at this point, simply because it took quite a bit of work to get things properly moving along as they should be.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
But as you can see, this is clearly not vanilla Morrowind. We have the code patch installed, the graphics extender. We have Tamriel Rebuilt in here, so you got the mainland over there. This is the Game of the Year edition, so we have the Bloodmoon and Tribunal expansions. I've also gone and downloaded all of the tiny little Bethesda official add-ons that they did. They're not quite DLC, because this was before, at least DLC as we know it today, but they were free little releases that Bethesda put out when Morrowind came out. Excuse me. So we're going to do all of this. It's going to be a painfully long playthrough. I might die before I finish it, but that's okay. Morrowind's a good game, so we'll go for it. Let's go make our Breton.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Well, Breton. Let's get a little bit of a better look here. Change our face up a bit. Oh god, that man's face melted. I guess the face pack I have replaces some of the base game ones, and maybe another mod I have adds in additional faces. We'll go with this. We'll go with this handsome lad here. Let's mix up the hair a bit. Maybe I should have. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I had. I don't quite fancy the other ones. All right. Well, here he is, Vernier Dorlin, Breton.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
All right, let's do it. I plan to read a lot in this playthrough. If you haven't played Morrowind, you're going to learn that this was, despite what you've seen so far, this was before Bethesda really got into voice acting. So, just about all dialogue in this game, with a few exceptions, is text-based. I'm going to read all that. Books, so on and so forth, I'll take the time to read as well. So, if that's not your cup of tea, maybe you should seek out another playthrough, but that's what we're going to be doing. Alright.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
Alright, we're going to make a custom class here. And we'll call it... we'll call it Warlock. Specialization will be Magic. Intelligence and Willpower will be our favorite attributes. Skill-wise, we want Conjuration, Restoration, Destruction, Alteration, and you know what, we're gonna put Blunt Weapon on here. I have good reason for that. Minor skills will do the other magic abilities, Illusion and Mysticism. That's all the ones I think I want. I don't know if I want to put Alchemy on here, because obviously Alchemy is good to have, but I honestly don't know if I'm gonna care enough to bother making potions. I think I might leave it. But in that case, I need to pick out some other things here. Probably not going to enchant anything, at least not for a while. When the time comes, I'll just train up everything. We'll toss light armor in there. We'll toss Speechcraft. I do have, one of the mods I have should ease Speechcraft in the game a bit. Because that base game, it's a little rough. Let's see here. What else? What is our last skill going to be? What the hell? We'll toss Alchemy in there. Alright.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
Now, I'm going to go with the Mage here, because it gives us a Maximum Magicka, little boost there, as well as all of this, which is very good. We can cast Arcane Concentration, which will boost all of our magical abilities by 10 points for a minute. That can save our lives.
Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Vernier Dorlin, Breton, Warlock, Mage. Very good. I now have a stats menu. Hooray! It's our health, magicka, and fatigue.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Okay. Alright, so here's our release papers. For release by Emperor Uriel Septim the Seventh decree to the district of Vardenfell in the province of Morrowind. Name, Vernier Dorlin. Race, Breton. Class, Warlock. Signed, Socius Urgala. So fair warning, Morrowind has, you know, words and things, and I'm going to fuck those up. We'll have to adapt. Agent of the Seyda-Neen Imperial Census and Excise. 16th of Last Seed, 3rd Era, 427. Alright, I'll take that. Now we got all these tutorial pop-ups. Alright, let's get going.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celes Gravius.
Yes, sir. Hello. Who are you? Go away. Good. Good. Yes. So, obviously things are different here if you've played Morrowind before. I have Morrowind Rebirth installed, which is a very large, comprehensive overhaul of the base game. So we're going to need to be a little bit sneaky here. What's this? Note to Hriskar. Hriskar. Don't think I've forgotten our wager. I want this dagger sharp as a scamp's claw by morning. Gansiel. Well, I'm just gonna take that. And I'll take this Flynn. This regional liquor acts like a potion. To drink potions, equip them in the inventory menu. Take this lockpick. Do I want bread? Not really. I'll take this Matsti. Some alcohol. Good to have. What's in these baskets? Hackolo leaf. Scuttle. It'd be good to have if I were to get into making potions. All of these would be. I can make a lot of restore fatigue potions. Let's see if I can get into here without the guards noticing what I'm doing. Oh. What are you doing? We'll let your actions go for now, but once you're released, stuff like that will get you arrested again. Well, I see you've won this round, Imperial Guard. I'm an officer of the Imperial Legion. Move along. The Legions hire qualified recruits of proven skill and character, and provide training, goods, and services at discounts. The lower ranks are common troopers and officers, but the upper ranks include the orders of the Imperial Knights. Imperial? Our civilization has brought peace and prosperity to all Tamriel. We place our faith in hard work, education, and discipline. We prefer free trade and diplomacy, but are not ashamed to use force. Yeah, can you go back that way? Maybe? Perhaps? It would be rather nice. No? I'm going to stay here? Well. And she took all of our goods that were marked as owned as well. So I've lost all of that alcohol. Alright, well, you know, whatever. You win some, you lose some. That's how Vernier looks at things. Alright. Fine plate. I guess we need that now that we have nothing that'll earn us money. And an engraved ring of healing. Put that on. You now have a magic menu where you can see all your powers, spells, and magic items. Good. Yes. So Vernier clearly isn't overly interested in, caring about other people. He's pretty big on, trying to advance his own knowledge and power, and really whatever it takes to make that happen, he'll go along with. What's this? Here is a list of the prisoners arriving later today. Please make sure they are processed quickly and without incident. I'm not gonna read all of this. Let's see what's through here. This is Captain Celis Gravius. First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I am Celis Gravius, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. Well, tell me about your background anyway. I am Celis Gravius, a knight-errant of the Imperial Legion. You need not concern yourself with anything beyond that. Well, alright, tell me about Morrowind then. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are a free man, but before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor, so pay careful attention. Well, tell me about Uriel Septim first. Yes, Uriel Septim is still the Emperor. According to my instructions, he personally authorized your release from prison, and your delivery here. It's all very mysterious, but that's the way the Empire works. Silence, secrecy. Let not the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Tell me about the Empire. Yes, of course, this is the Empire. This is Vvardenfell district of the province of Morrowind, and Morrowind has been part of the Empire for over 400 years. The current Emperor is Uriel Septim, 24th of the Septim line. You haven't been in prison that long, have you? Nothing wrong with your head, is there? The men said you were acting a little strange when they brought you in from the ship. Tell me about my duties. This package came with the news of your arrival. You were to take it to Caius Casades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Casades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you, and a dispersal to your name. I got directions to Caius, package for Caius, and 87 gold. Alright. Any other questions for you? Specific place? Consider Pelagiad. It was established about the same time as Sedanin, but look at the difference. A thriving town sprung up on the shoulders of the fort, with an inn and a few other independent merchants to support a growing population. That goes to show the good that comes from the Legion's stabilizing influence. I see you're very proud of your role in the Empire. Well, good day, sir. Alright, let's see what's going on in my journal. 16th of last seed, day 1. My orders are to go to the town of Balmora in Vvardenfell district and report to a man named Caius Casades. To find out where he lives, I should ask in Balmora at the corner club called South Wall. When I find Caius, I must give him a package of documents and wait for further orders. Very good. Hello.
Hurry this up, will you?
Wow. Never mind. Go away. This is a fun little town, isn't it? Good stuff. I guess, it's not really worth going in and selling this one plate. This is Sedanin. It's where you start your journey in Morrowind. And it's a bit different from base game. It's been modded quite a bit. But that's fine. Still a little shanty town, basically. I mean, you have these nice imperial buildings here for the few folks that belong. Silence my phone. But you have the rest of the town, which are these weird sort of dirt huts you got going on. The natives live in. Not too pleasant. I'm going to take the time. This is a scrib. They're not hostile. That's a beetle that might be hostile. It's from one of the mods I have installed. Creatures 11, I believe. So, there's a dead man here. I'm going to take his stuff and wear it because it's nicer than what we have. We're also going to take this 200 gold he has and look at this record. Tax records from Prosius Vitellius, Sedanin, Census, and Excise. It appears to be quite the list of records of who should have been taxed. What? That sounds like combat music to me. Pull out my lockpick to defend myself. I'm not sure who's attacking me. Doesn't appear to be this beetle. He seems quite friendly, in fact. Isn't he cute? Is there a fish that wants me dead? You! How about you, crab? No, well, this crab's going to kick my butt, so let's get out of here. Early game Morrowind, to say you're weak is, well, it's a bit of an understatement. But with each passing moment, clearly I grow stronger. So, there'll come a point where that crab will give up chasing me. I should just go and try to reach that, honestly. There we go. Alright, combat music stopped. Who are you? Telleri Helvi. Hello, stranger. New in town? I'm Telleri Helvi. What's your background? You have been talking to others. You have already discovered my background, or you would not have come over to me. So let's stop pretending, and why don't you ask me what you really want to know? Did they tell you that I am married? It is really more of an arrangement, but I don't suppose that matters to someone like you. I can see you are used to taking whatever you want. You certainly have nothing to fear of Darien Therias. What? What? You're the first person I've talked to. I don't... My trade. What do you want it to be? Alright, never mind. I may come back here when I have more gold. I need to talk to a guardsman. There's a dead body over there. Murder of Proceus Vitellius. Found his body, huh? Well, it's up to you what you do with that information. I suppose that Socius Argala in the Census and Excise office would be the one to tell, if that's your inclination. Alright, I'll do your job for you. Man, clearly these people, they're not very competent in this town. They really just don't care. I mean, except for this one horrible woman who took away our alcohol that we stole. She cares about her job. You. This guy died. Murdered? What a waste. Proceus was a good man. I had been wondering why we hadn't heard from him in a few days. Still, these are dangerous times we live in, and these sorts of things will happen. Did you happen to find the tax money he'd collected? I hate to be so callous, but I do have a job to do. Your little squinty eyes. Well, it would be beneficial for me to curry favor while I'm here, so yes, I found 200 septims on his body. You did. How odd that he was murdered, but not robbed. Your honesty is appreciated, I can tell you that. I won't forget this, Vernier Dorlin. In fact, if you're looking for some money for yourself, I'd like to see the murderer of Proceus punished. Killing an emperor's tax collector is punishable by death. Find his murderer, bring him to justice, and the Census and Excise office will pay you 500 septims. I can arrange that. But first, I desperately need to get a better weapon. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pick this place bare. We're going to take everything that isn't nailed down. Even if it's worth virtually nothing. Purely so that we can try and sell it. Make a quick buck. The Firmament by Folk. The stars of Tamriel are divided into 13 constellations. 3 of them are the major constellations, known as the Guardians. These are the warrior, the mage, and the thief. Each of the Guardians protects its 3 charges from the 13th constellation, the Serpent. When the sun rises near one of the constellations, it is that constellation's season. Each constellation has a season of approximately 1 month. The Serpent has no season, for it moves about in the heavens, usually threatening one of the other constellations. Okay. How long is this? I'm not going to read all of the constellation pages, but I will take the book to sell, because it's worth more than just about anything else still left in here. I need to be quick before this guard comes. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. Oh, not hidden there. Alright. So we have a trade house up here. Excuse me.
Don't have time for this, so make it quick.
Man, you are Really a terrible person. Oh. Hello again. Do-do-do. You, sir. Welcome to Ariel's Trade House. I'm Ariel, publisher and proprietor. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. You're a new face here. If you want to buy from me, you have to barter. If you want a little advice, free to new customers, just ask. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions or our most popular scrolls? Tell me about your scrolls. Vigor and Vitality are our best-selling bargain items, restoring fatigue and health respectively. Almsevi Intervention and Divine Intervention transport you instantly to the nearest temple or nearest Imperial Shrine. Good for routine or emergency transportation. Heartwise helps with Persuasion. Summon Skeletal Minion brings help in a jiffy. And Drathus Winter Guest does a lot of damage at a touch. Handy to whittle a too tough opponent down to size. Very good. What's your little advice? If you need direction, talk to our local scout, Alone the Red Guard. She's here in the trade house somewhere. And you might want to purchase Guide to Vardenfell. I think I still have a copy for sale. What do you know about the murder of Proceus Vitellius? The Dunmer doesn't have much room in their heart for Imperials. The Dunmer don't have much room in their heart, especially their tax collectors, with the possible exception of Thavia Vedrano over at the lighthouse. She has been very lonely since the passing of her husband, and I think she welcomed Proceus's company. Okay. Okay. What do you have for sale? Let's see here. Let's get ourselves some equipment. Actually, let's sell everything that we took from the Imperials. Not our important directions and package for Caius, but everything else. Keep the tax record for now. Sell our book. These, all of that. These plates. Alright, so that'll net us 62 gold. We can probably barter a little bit there to get a little more. But first, let's see what else is going on here. Steel staff, that would fit our blunt weapons. That's why I took blunt. I'm interested in staves. Which of these were the stats here? 2 to 5, 4 to 7, 2 to 3, 2 to 4. Alright, so steel is definitely more appealing. Alright, well, let's toss that in here. Try to get our hands on that guy, because that'll be better for us in the long run than this junky little iron dagger that we'll sell. What else do we want? Not going to go all in with alchemy yet, so I'll leave this nonsense here. But I could use some light armor. So what do I want light armor wise? Could go for some chitin. This mole crab helm is interesting as well. 3. Alright, well, we'll get some boots, gauntlets, and I get the port? Okay, can I afford... No, I don't. I want 2. I want 1. Nope. It's okay. Alright, so I can afford all of that. That's good. Can we bring you down 4 gold? Can. Alright, let's see here. Get some right proper gear on. That's better than we were. Much better. You might be seeing our map here. So, for reference, base game Morrowind, this little little island with this volcano in the center. That was the game. That was all that there was. Siege of Firemoth, one of the little free expansions out of this little island chain right here. Then we had the Bloodmoon expansion, which added this island up here. And the Tribunal expansion, which added Mournhold, which is somewhere right in here, but just Mournhold. Tamriel Rebuilt is a project to bring all of mainland Morrowind into the game. Now, it's still being developed, even after all this time. So, everything over here is fully modeled, populated, good to go. I can go and play in there. There's quests, NPCs, factions, all kinds of good stuff. Down in here, it's being worked on. It's kind of spotty. There might be some NPCs, there might be some quests. All of this over here, all the way down, is modeled. Like, it's all there. I can go and explore, but there's no people, no NPCs, no enemies that spawn. It's just pretty to look at. So we're not going to go there unless that changes during the course of this playthrough, which I'll always look into. And then down here, it's kind of just like a placeholder territory. Not really modeled, not really ready for anything, but, it's there. So, effectively, that has significantly expanded the game. By leaps and bounds. So, it's almost daunting in a way. Can I help you? Hriskar Flatfoot. You look like you could use a friend, Outlander. Perhaps I can be your friend. I'd like you to help me recover some gold. That's right, see? I had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes, and lost a bit of money. Normally, I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets, just from the money the locals pay us for protection. But I know some of them are holding out on me, especially that little fetcher, Fargoth. He's come up light the past couple of weeks, when I've shaken him down. I know he's stashing it somewhere. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place. I know the little fetcher's got one somewhere in town, just not sure where yet. I've already gone through his whole house, so I know he's not hiding it there. I'd like you to find out where he's stashing his gold. If you can, I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it? I'm pretty sure Fargoth is that guy who badmouthed me when I left the Census and Excise office, so sure. Excellent. Here's what I want you to do. I'm not sure where he goes, but I know he wanders around town at night. Watch his movements. The best vantage point is on top of the lighthouse south of town. That'll give you a nice view of all of Satanin. If you keep an eye on where he goes, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where he's hiding that gold. Very good. Very good. Tell me a secret. I don't trust you enough. Oh, well, never mind. I believe I was told to talk to you alone. Go ahead. You're not interrupting anything. I'm alone. Scout. Do you need directions to a specific place? Pelagiad? Balmora? Caldera? Ebonheart? Vivek? Well, I believe Caius is in Balmora. Balmora is the district seat of House Hlalu, and the largest settlement on Vardenfell, after Vivek City. Good roads lead north from here to Balmora, passing through Fort Pelagiad and Pelagiad Village. From Balmora, roads lead north to Aldrune through the town of Caldera. Maybe I'd better write down the directions to Balmora for you. It's a long walk and a little confusing. What about Pelagiad? Sounds like I have to go there first. Pelagiad is a newly chartered imperial village on the road north from Vivek to Balmora, right on the western edge of the Ascadian Isles region. The village is right outside the Imperial Legion garrison at Fort Pelagiad. The houses and shops are built in the Western Imperial style, and Pelagiad looks more like a village in the Western Empire than a Morrowind settlement. Interesting. Okay. Tell me about Morrowind. The northeastmost province of the Tamrielic Empire, bounded on the north and east by the ocean, on the west by Skyrim, on the southwest by Cyrodiil, also known as the Imperial Province, and on the south by Black Marsh, also known as Argonia. Alright. Well. I have some work I have to do. Hopefully make me some quick cash. And we have our staff now. So, if need be, we can defend ourselves. What do I have spell-wise? So we have our innate powers. Dragon Skin's very good. We have the Engraved Ring of Healing that can heal us a little bit if we need to. Now, if you played Oblivion and Skyrim but not Morrowind, the fun thing about enchanted items is that they recharge on their own. So it takes quite some time, and it would be beneficial to still use soul gems to recharge them if you need them in a pinch. But if you're desperate, you can always wait. And we have some weak spells here. Summon Skeleton, Water Walking, Tap Energy. It's interesting. A little bit of Shield, Sanctuary, Restore Health. It's not bad. Reflect, Exhausting Touch, Elemental Burst, Command Creature, Chameleon. So, very good. And most of these we're relatively competent at as well. So I'm going to put Summon Skeleton on for now. Get some skeletons to defend us if need be. So, from a little bit of graffiti. So from what I've been told, it sounds like the lighthouse is very important to me right now. Not only can I go to the top of it and wait until nightfall and figure out where Fargoth goes, which, just to be clear, Fargoth is this guy who is insulting at all times. Hey, look at me. This little puny wood elf.
I really don't have time for this, so make it quick.
Yeah. And it's also where the woman who is apparently a bit close to the tax collector lives. So let's go question her about what's going on here. And then we'll go wait on her roof. Ah. There you are. What's the matter? You look so grave. Well, I have to ask you about the murder of Proceus Vitellius. Proceus murdered? No. Tell me it's not so. He was the gentlest man I've ever met. He and I had become so close in the past few months. I don't know what I will do without him. I've only seen him get angry once or twice, and never raised a hand to anyone. This is so sad. When did he get angry? Well, not even angry, I suppose. I saw him arguing once with Foreign Gilneth about his taxes. He thought Proceus had been levying too much, and skimming off the top for himself. Ridiculous. Proceus wouldn't have done such a thing, I'm sure of it. Please, find out what happened, friend. And if you find out what became of Proceus's ring, it would ease my heart. His ring? I gave him the ring many months ago, and it was dear to him. I would like it to remember him by. Very well. Very well indeed. The Wraith's wedding dowry. That's worth a tiny chunk of change that could be useful. By Voltha Grayamort, translated by Aptthorn. The poets are right. There is something life-changing about being in love, said Kajna Minfang, sometimes called the Wraith. I haven't wanted to rob anyone or anything in weeks. Why, the other day, I saw the door wide open at a wealthy merchant's house, but my mind was fully occupied with what I should wear on my wedding day. You have been out of the right society for very long now, frowned her friend Cargill approvingly. You never told me what happened to your first husband, you know, the one the shaman gave you. Torn apart by ash ghouls, smiled Kajna dreamily. It was rather saddish, but I know nothing like that would happen to Wadwarg. No life of adventure for him. He's practically an Imperial. In fact, he is one. Did I tell you how we met? Hundreds of times, grumbled Cargill, reaching for his flagon. He was your jailer, and he refused you food until you promised to marry him. Good lord. Well, this isn't a book that Vernier is overly interested in. He wants books that will teach him teach him arcane knowledge and powers, not some fiction. But he'll take it to sell for sure. All right, let's head out here. Go up on the roof. All right, this is a pretty good view of the town overall. All right, so let's wait until nightfall. About 6 hours or so. I think that should cut it. There we are. Alright. So where's this Fargoth character? And those two are having a bit of trouble, it would appear. It's a shame. Perhaps I should wait another hour. Let it get a bit later. What time is it? 10 p.m.? I'm not seeing him. Where could he be? Who's that? No, that's not him. Oh, there he is. At least I think that's him. Looks like whoever that is sneaking. Come on. Huh? Oh, yeah. What you doing down there, buddy? Go on. Show me where you hide your gold, so that I might steal it, advance my own interests. It's creeping along. I don't understand. If you're trying to sneak around, why are you carrying a torch with you? Doesn't seem very efficient at night. You're in the swamp, my friend. So either he's broken, or that's where he's hiding his money. I'm going to assume that's where he's hiding his money. Let's go investigate. Actually, let's... Oh, he got through. What are you doing, Fargoth? On his way. He's on the move. Hey, I stole your book. But don't worry, I'll get you that ring. That'll make up for it or something. Where are you going, Fargoth? What's going on over here? Hollow tree stump, huh? What are you doing? I don't believe we've met before. I'm in Drell Ratharon. Rathryan. Whatever. I grew up on the mainland, along the northern coast of the Mournhold district. I was raised in the traditions of the Dunmer, but I made the mistake of falling in love with a legionnaire posted at Old Ebonheart. My family did not understand, and refused to sanction our marriage. But I didn't care about that in my foolishness. When he was reassigned to Sedanin, I saw it as an opportunity. A sign from the gods. The day before we was to leave, we married in secret, and left without saying goodbye to my family. I imagined Vardenfell as a place for us to begin our lives together, free of the prejudice that would have made life so difficult for us on the mainland. My naivety was shattered most cruelly when my husband was murdered by members of the Kimono Tong. I'm very sorry for your loss. I wonder that they let me live. They probably regard someone in my situation as a traitor to the Dunmer, a Legionnaire's whore. Perhaps they left me to suffer in my grief, and I have. For some time I wish that I had died with my husband that day. So when you say Dunmer, I do not know what I should say about my people. Some I have known are capable of great kindness and generosity, but others of great cruelty and intolerance. Those most responsible for inflicting tragedy on my life were not outlanders, but my kin. And the Kimono Tong? They hate outlanders, and Imperials in particular. In their eyes, the Imperial Legion is an invading army that they conducted dishonorable war by striking cowardly from the shadows. Oh, well, that's sad. The Dunmer are Dark Elves, to be clear. It's what they call themselves. Well, I've listened to your tale. You don't see me doing this. There's a Journeyman's Lockpick and 300 gold in here. Very good. Let's go report back to Hriskar. See what he has to say about us succeeding in our goal. Hello, sir. You found his hiding place? That's great news. Tell you what, I'll give you 100 gold, and you can keep anything else that you found in there. Thanks for your help. Well, I'll take it. You're happy, I'm happy, I'm 100 gold richer. I think it's a decent trade-off. A little bit of waiting. But with that said, I think that should wrap up part 1. So, in part 2, we're going to need to go find the man who killed this tax collector. Figure out which house he lives in. We'll come to that when it's time. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next round.